Today we are going to be hand embroidering a sweatshirt that I got. I thought this was embroidered when I purchased it, and then I learned that it is just printed onto the sweatshirt. I really love the design, I love the font, but I just wanted it to be embroidered. So before I did anything, I tested it on this sweatshirt. I kind of outlined here, and then I tested a few different stitch patterns to see what I liked. I do think I would like to proceed with a satin stitch, which is what you see on the I and the L. I didn't quite finish the L because I ran out of thread, but I decided that I like that. So I'm going to proceed with this and just trace the existing font. So let's get to it and see how it goes. Our first step, we are going to put a hoop on it. I have a few different sizes, but I think this one will be plenty big and give us the desired look. So I'm going to start with it. And then we are going to thread our needle. I'm just going to use 2 strands, and I really like the way this chocolate brown pops against the oatmeal color sweatshirt. So I already had 3 strands together. I'm just going to pull these apart and make it 2. And we'll go ahead and get started. So here you're going to see that I really didn't like the stitch placement, so I just ran my needle under the thread and pulled it back up, and then removed the thread and stuck my needle back through. So that way I got the stitching closer in with the rest of the eye because it was sticking out just a little bit. So now that I'm done with the first word, I will tie that thread off and then cut it, and then tie a knot in the bottom of the thread and start the new word completely fresh. I just find that this makes the backing a lot less messy, and it's just a little bit more crisp. You could definitely do it with the same thread. You waste a little bit less thread because you're not going from word to word, but either method works. I like to keep things as clean on the back as possible. This is really more of the same, just putting in small stitches everywhere that you see brown font. I did this until the end, and unfortunately my camera died and I was not able to show the final part where I finished the Y, which is a little bit anticlimactic, if you will. But this is the gist of the whole project, and I hope you enjoyed. So here's the final product.